Why is the east from the rising of the sun the assembly of the devil? Of today, in the religious society they demonstrate, speaking of the east, and of the country of the rising of the sun, that it is our country. But they are ignorant of the alphabet from the Bible, and do follow the teaching of the devil. The east from the rising of the sun never meant our country, but the assembly of the devil. Because, reading of the verse as written in the Revelation chapter 7, verse 2, another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God, and saying so and so that it is our country, but it's wrong. Reading the verses of as written in Hebrew chapter 1, verse 14, are not all angels ministering spirits sent to serve those who will inherit salvation? And in Hebrew chapter 1, verse 5, for unto which of the angels said he at any time, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee? And again never, I God will be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son. And in Hebrew 1, verse 7, God says he makes his angels winds not sons. And in Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 13, about the winds the false prophets shall become wind. It is, therefore, the place where the false prophets gather is the place of the rising sun. The east, that never meant the Republic of Korea where there is the rising of the sun. It means where there is rising of the sun is the assembly of the devil. Because the false prophets are the kings of the devil. And where there is rising of the sun the east is where kings of the devil gather. And referring to the verse as written in Isaiah chapter 46, verse 11, calling a ravenous bird from the east. Speaking of the east being our country is a misinterpretation as the result of the people who are in little knowledge, like the alphabet of the Bible, being taught by the devil. Herewith, as the ravenous bird is a figurative word, and figuring it out by matching the word, it is the king of the devil. Reading over the passage of the Revelation chapter 8, verse 13, prophesying as written as an eagle that was flying in midair call out in a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe. And the verse over Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8, as those prophets that prophesying was are false prophets. Herewith, as a ravenous bird eagle, and the false prophets prophesying were meant of the same thing. An eagle signified the king of the devil therefore. As the east is where the kings of devil gather, the east is the assembly of the devil for sure. And looking into the passage over the Isaiah chapter 41, verse 25, as written as, He shall come, from the rising of the sun shall he call upon my name. Also carrying this passage they are speaking, where the rising sun is our country again. This is incorrect interpretation. But to follow the teaching of the devil, continuing to the 25 verse as, And he shall come upon princes, the people of God, as upon mortar, and as the potter treateth clay, which means a man who comes out from the place of the rising sun. He, when he builds the people of God, slays people to trample down, like working with lime kneading it oppressing people, and like the potter who burns clay to make pottery treads clay. As described, the one who slays people is the king of the devil, isn't it? As the place where the kings of the devil gathered is the place of rising sun. It is no doubt that where there is rising sun is the assembly of the devil. Herewith, there are more supporting verses as follows. Reading and through the passage Isaiah chapter 41, verse 2, as written, As who raised up the righteous man from the east, called him to his God foot doing, which God asked back, meant God never called a man, righteous one in the east. Would there be a man or righteous one in the east, from the rising sun? As there is no one, the righteous in the east, from the rising sun. A man was called who is called the king of the devil, an eagle, and the devil, an angel. In other words, there is nothing in the toilet but a maggot, even as trying to find a good worm. So, it is written in Isaiah chapter 2, verse 6, You have abandoned your people, the house of Jacob. They are full of superstitions from the east, and God commanded, Spoil the men of the east, as written in Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 28. Because the east, from the rising sun, is the assembly of the devil. God forsook the people, as they are full of superstitions from the east, and destroyed the people of the east. As stated above, it is absolutely not right to say our country is of the east or our people are descendants of the east. Not to forget is these our country is absolutely not of the east from the rising sun. Nor are our people the descendants of the east. But our country is the nation of God, and our all national people are the sons and daughters of God. That's all about it.
Subscribe and like.
Thank you for your listening so far.